Hey, JB Webb back with you with an episode 64. I know we tried to live hangout, which we are perfecting, keep in mind, so we'll be having more live broadcasts as we get all those kinks ironed out. At any rate, we were happy to produce this particular episode. We got to go see, we're doing the local business report. We get to go see Carrie from Dechoes, and we get to go find out about that awesome place. Hopefully it's not a bad thing that I'm turning people onto it, because then it'll be, anyway. Also, the Orlando Farmers Market. We take a walk through, kind of a digital walk through that for you with music from Joseph Martens, who typically plays in the beer garden there on Sundays. Thanks for hanging with us. We have an original music podcast. We want to hear your music, and we want you to send us an email there. So it's original music submission at wjbwnetworks.com. If you'd just like to submit us some of your original music, we'll play it on that show. And that's, of course, an audio-only show. But anyway, I think I'm just rambling now because I can feel it. It's coming on. It's a heavy wave of rambling. And it better end now. Yes, it will.
Local Business Report on the JB Webb Show, where we take a few moments and focus on local businesses that are supporting the arts in Orlando, Florida. Oh, this is in Orlando? Why am I talking like a British guy then? Huh? Local Business Report.
Hey, what's up? This is JB Webb. I am here live inside. I am always live, but I am this time inside of Dechoes for our local business report. It's businesses here in the Central Florida area that support the arts and the art community. And I'm speaking with the owner of Dechoes, and I would like you to introduce yourself and, of course, welcome you to the show.
Well, thank you very much. I'm Carrie Colangelo, and we've been in business for 12 years, going on 13. Cool. And we started off as a little small shop 2 doors down from the current location that you're in right now.
Cool.
And we expanded quickly thanks to a lot of support from the local community, and we ended up opening up another store. So now we're at 2 locations here in town. We've been voted Best of Orlando for the past, well, it's been 11 years.
A long time. You've been here a long time, which is awesome.
We've been very fortunate.
You support the arts and the art community, which is the criteria for us to come talk to a business owner.
Absolutely.
You've done fashion shows. You've done a lot of cool, unique stuff over the years.
Oh, absolutely.
Your big event here tonight is your spring collection is coming out.
Yep.
So you do a Wine Not Wednesday, but it's
free
Thursday.
Drinks.
But hey, free
DJ.
drinks. We'll get, and you have a DJ, everything. So I'm here a little bit early to check out everything.
Yeah.
But give me a sense of when you started, because I'm so interested in people's passion, whether it be for art, music, business, all those things combined. Was it an easy road to get things going, or you kind of start out, a lot of great things start in people's garages, or how did it start for you?
It wasn't that easy, because back when I started, there wasn't Instagram, Facebook, there wasn't even MySpace back then. Remember MySpace?
Yeah.
It seems like it was so long ago, but
it was.
Anyway, so we had to depend on real, true advertising.
Yeah.
We had to pay money, so we advertised in the Orlando Weekly every week.
That's a good bet.
And we got a few people coming in every now and again, and they told their friends, and so on and so on, and that's really how we got started.
So, did you have a physical location in the beginning?
Yes.
You started out just
2
full...
doors down in a space that was about a quarter of this size.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's where we started.
Now, where do you get a lot of your awesome vintage clothes here? You have a lot of awesome, unique stuff. Yeah, and I love it. I'm a big fan of that kind of culture, those kind of clothes. I love them.
Well, we get our items from customers just like yourself. We take appointments all day long, and customers come in and bring their items to us, and then we offer them store credit or a check right on the spot.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Okay, so I could bring like some old gear maybe I'm not wearing. It's in good condition, let's say, but it's not for me anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. We do basically a mix of vintage, contemporary, and high-end designer all mixed together. We have home decor, we have clothing, we have jewelry, we have a lot of purses. We actually have the highest amount of high-end designer items anywhere in Central Florida because we pay on the spot for them, and we give the customer 60% of our asking price in store credit or 40% of our asking price in a check.
I'll be honest, I got a pair of Bally's here a couple years ago. That was a steal. I don't know how you could do that. So
well, you know,
it was a steal.
We try to make sure that the price is right because the fact is that our stores are not that big, and we buy all day long, so we have to make sure that that price is right.
I see.
And it's not going to sit here.
Right.
Because we only keep merchandise at each store for only 30 days, and if it doesn't sell, we mark it down.
Okay.
And then we keep marking down every 30 days until it does sell. So we have to make sure that the price is set so that it moves. And that's another reason why I think we've stayed around for 12 years is we don't try to make a killing. We're trying to put it at a fair price where people in Orlando get it rather than selling it online. We want people here in Orlando to say, where did you get those Bally shoes?
Right.
Oh, Dechoes, and I only paid da-da-da.
Yeah.
And then they come in and then they buy something
and they find
it goes
something
on and on.
Cool or something that speaks to them. And that's, and dare I say, it's almost what you're doing is really an art form in itself because you're curating.
To think of it.
Well, you're curating really cool clothes, basically.
That is true.
So we come in here, and you know you've got stuff that is from the '60s, the '70s. How far back? What's your oldest kind of clothing? Maybe
I would say from the 1940s.
Wow.
We don't get a lot of really early items because first of all, you can't find them.
Yeah.
Second of all, I'm not going to lowball somebody and offer them $10 for something from the 1920s. So I often refer them to an expert in very, very vintage things. The most popular items that we'll sell that are vintage are like early 1990s, like the high-rise shorts, and then 80s stuff like bright colors, fluorescence, and things like that. Fun clothing from mostly the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yeah,
that's really what's on trend right now, and mixing it with high-end designer items like this Gucci belt that I got here. These are the kind of things that we like to mix together. So like you could mix vintage with a Gucci belt and be on point.
Right. Yeah. No, you do have a lot of unique pieces in here. I love the shirts. I love the old T-shirts.
Oh yes, those are so much fun.
Those are great because you can't find those anywhere.
I love when they're super thin. Yeah. Those don't stay here long.
I've seen. I think in the past maybe you worked with some other group of people to get some different designers' clothes in here and things like that too. So it kind of makes me curious to learn a little bit more about your origins into vintage clothing archaeology, as it were, almost.
Well, it is pretty interesting because before I owned Dechoes, I used to sell on eBay, and then prior to when it was eBay, I don't know if you realize that it used to be called Auction Web.
Okay.
This was back in the very early 90s.
Okay.
So I started before eBay was eBay, it was Auction Web.
And you were doing it there.
And I was doing it then, and nobody was into it back then. So people would ask me, what do you do for a living? And I'd be like, oh, I go to school full time. I didn't not want to tell anybody about this gold mine that I found out about through my mother, who discovered it, and we were both selling on eBay, asking for friends' clothes, giving them a percentage of, we just took a percentage of whatever they wanted to sell.
But still, you were making it happen. You were the middle, the people wanted this, you knew somebody who had it, and it just worked.
Well, throughout the years, what happened was eBay became more and more popular, and as you know, it is the mecca that it is. Well, back in early 2000s, it just became where it was very difficult to make good money like I was before. So then I started thinking about it. Either I'm going to have to go back to work, or I'm going to have to figure out something else to make money. And I tried to go back to work and realized how much I hate corporate America. And I'm sure you can
say that here. Yes, we are the independent web show of Orlando, it's no problem.
So I realized that I did need to work for myself, and then I realized that there was no buy-sell trade here in Orlando, that's what we do, buy-sell trade.
There was like some, maybe at the time, what was it, the Pink Flamingo or something? There were a couple little tiny shops.
Very little shops.
Or go to a thrift store, right?
And there wasn't this kind of mix of vintage, contemporary.
It wasn't laid out like this. It wasn't
designer. So I wanted to really share with folks what I was selling on eBay, share with them, and have a store where they could actually touch and feel and and it worked. Knock on wood. Thanks to the community, because that's all I could really thank.
Well, I think too, a lot of your taste and style that you put into the selection definitely plays a big role, because you've got to know what people want. You know, you've got to be able to say, hey, you know, this is marketable. This is, you know, this is going to be, this is valuable to me or to someone else.
Yeah,
so
you're right, but you know, I wish there was an easy way to do that. It's not like there's a crystal ball.
I'm sure it's labor.
It's a lot of trial and error. That's why we mark down every 30 days. We realize what's moving quickly, what's not, what the prices should be, and what maybe they're too high sometimes, so we lower them. And then we see, you know, based on that, what really is popular. Also, I've got a great crew of people who really are on the pulse. The employees that we have here are just so talented.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look around the way that they display things, I mean, they're artists.
Okay, so you give them kind of creative freedom to do a lot of the staging and the place in here, which I'm getting a lot of great footage of your Edgewater location. Now you've got one on Colonial as well.
As a matter of fact, all the artwork here, one of our employees did all the artwork. Freehand, by the way. This was all done freehand. This store is based on the, we like to say it's like the psychedelic times.
Yeah.
We based it on that. And then, of course, over to your right, we have the Louis Vuitton wall. Again, a mixture of our designer and then our funk. So that's kind of how we decorated.
That's awesome.
Our other store is based on the 1980s, and it used to be a record store. It used to be, I forget what the name of the record store was. CD Warehouse. That's what it used to be.
Right there on the corner of that little plaza,
So what we did was I took my dad's record collection and we put all the records on the wall to pay homage to
there you go.
What it used to be.
Yeah, I've sold CDs there before in the past. I remember that.
And as a matter of fact, as far as the art community, we utilized a young boy who was only 16 years old at the time to do our back wall. He did graffiti on it. He was actually arrested in New York City for doing graffiti illegally.
Was it Banksy? No.
I'm not telling what his name
I can't tell you his name.
But so we went ahead and paid him for doing it. But it's a really neat 80s kind of 80s gangster looking graffiti. It's really cool. So you'll have to check it out.
And you've seen the Dechoes van from time to time around
big
town.
Yellow bright
You've
van.
done different fashion shows with art shows and things like that.
Yeah.
Are you still doing that kind of thing with different artists or what have you?
We try to, but to be honest with you, it is very difficult to find the time because we have a very limited staff. And we're open here every day. So it is tricky, but we try to do some events in-house. We also allow photographers to come in and do photo shoots, and they'll do photo shoots right in store. So we do like to involve the community, the local artists and things like that in certain ways. Well,
that's beautiful. Well, listen, I know you're busy. You're getting ready to kick off your spring fling here tonight, so I thank you so much for taking time to chat with me. Honestly, my pleasure. I'm speaking with the owner of the Dechoes vintage shops here in Orlando, Florida. They support the arts, and after this interview, you will want to come and support Dechoes. So we'll post all the locations up. I'm JB Webb. Thanks for chilling with us. We've got plenty more. Thank you.
Thank you.
Local Business Report on the JB Webb Show, where we take a few moments and focus on local businesses that are supporting the arts in Orlando, Florida. Oh, this is in Orlando? Why am I talking like a British guy then? Huh? Local Business Report.
The revolution has begun. From the front lines to your imagination. A revolution is a dramatic change in ideas or practice. This is a revolution, a dramatic change. This is the Art Army.
Hey, what's up? It's JB Webb. So we wanted to extend the local business report, make it a whole episode. So we were able to get some great material from the Orlando's Farmers Market. Here's the website information. It's all there. And of course, we put a little music underneath as we take kind of a digital walkthrough there. So go support local businesses.
Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. We'd like to know a little bit about you for our fun. Like to help you learn to help yourself. Look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. Stroll around the grounds until you feel quite right at home. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, 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 in a high place no one ever goes. Put it in your pantry with your cupcakes. It's a little secret, just your Robinson's affair. But most of all, you gotta hide from the kids. Cuckoo, could you, Mrs. Robinson? Jesus loves you more than you know. Whoa, ho, ho. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. Sitting on a sofa on a Sunday afternoon. Don't do a candidate's debate.
Are you serious? Come on, I'm trying to promote you. Okay, baby.